Hello and welcome back to another session of Dark Souls PvP. I'm getting back at it with my bow cleric faith build thing. In case you haven't seen my previous video on this build, which was a showcase of it, it's a faith build that only uses the bow and miracles. I call it composite bow. Yeah, you get the point. Now, I was just hosting in the forest on this build because I was getting a lot of activity, more than I was when I was invading, and this way I could fight more on my terms, So, got some people, Forest Hunter Covenant members, they're trying to gank me, and, whatever. No big deal. So what about the one guy, and the other one came and decided he wanted to get in and be part of it. Get in and be part of it. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Oh well. Now, this actually was recorded pre 1.06, pre-patch, and everyone's still going around with their regular flipping around, and yeah, you can probably tell that already. I didn't really need to say it. But whatever. And honestly, with that one, I really think I should have done a little bit more Wrath of the Gods spam. Oh well. Now this guy I remember very well. He was extremely annoying. He came in behind me back by the stairs and just ran straight over there. For no good reason. Well, actually, I suppose that's not true. It's for a good reason, because I had just gotten in here and hadn't killed the Forest Hunter NPCs yet. So he runs over there to wait until I follow him and get teamed 5-on-1, and I'm not going to play that game. I'm just going to play this little game. Have him try a little target practice. It's kind of predictable how to dodge a bow when you're from this far away. You can see when the arrow shoots. Which is why I'm not bothering to attack back. I'm like, okay, you'll get bored eventually, you'll come here. And he got me in the knee. Why is it always the knee? Just saying. It's happened 3 or 4 times on this build already. Whatever. Not gonna say it. I don't need to. So we got this awesome guy, this awesome Dark Wraith, who was extremely helpful. Now, I hadn't killed the Forest Hunter NPCs yet. When this Dark Wraith comes in, the other guy comes forward and tries to see what's going on. Dark Wraith over there, he sees me trying to get this Forest Hunter over here. I'm just sort of spamming at him, because, like, he's being obnoxious, and Dark Wraith's hiding over there so we can fight. And sorry about that noise in the background, it's raining here pretty bad. We've got a hurricane going through. Well, not really a hurricane, just some pretty bad weather. Yeah, gotta love living on the East Coast this time of the year, apparently. Anyway. So, he comes over, he's like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And I point out, there's a guy over there. So he waves at him. I'm like, dude, you're over there. I see you. Come over here. And I'm wondering, where'd the Dark Wraith go? And he's on the other side of me. Which, honestly, kind of scared me. I thought he was going right for a backstab right then. But no, he's awesome and doesn't do that. So, I guess he sees that the other invader isn't coming. I give him the, whatever, shrug. He sees the other invader isn't coming and goes after him. Yay for awesome people. People like this Dark Wraith are great. Because he's not being a complete jerk about it. And I go to get ready to follow him. I put on a sword so I can somewhat deal with the Forest Hunters. And the guy leaves. He leaves. After wasting my time for about 5-10 minutes before that I cut out of this video, for wasting my time for that long, or after wasting my time for that long, he just leaves. Just some people, you know? Yeah, I love it, and I love that right there. I'm putting on my buff, and he comes at me with the scythe, and it goes right over my head. Just, I never would have guessed that's what would happen. Like, logically, yeah, that's what makes sense, but in the game, I would never have guessed that's what would happen if someone came at you with their running attack from a scythe. I never would have guessed that would just go straight over you if you were bending down. That's so cool. But, yeah, doing the typical little bow action thing. Got him with the poison. And actually right now I'm wearing the Leo ring so I can get counter attacks, which is actually what one of those last hits on him was. I got him with a counter and did 150-ish, I think it was, with the poison arrow. Usually I end up hitting like 80s, so 80s, 90s area. Well, depending on the armor, of course. This guy I'm hitting hundreds. But, yeah, good stuff. Came in with his poison mist, tried to get me cover up his own movements, and didn't really work out so well for him. So, a little bit of a win streak, yay. Win streaks are nice, especially on builds like this. It's definitely makes you feel good. I'll definitely say that. But, anyway, I think I'm probably going to remake this build now that the DLC is out. Probably remake it, lower some of the levels, put it down to 100, because 115 is a bit unnecessary. Because of its faith level, it doesn't need to be that high. Probably its endurance doesn't need to be that high either. I don't remember if I overdid that much or not. Yeah, whatever. And I could always put on Havels for it. No big deal. So we got this guy who comes in and he just starts spamming his attacks with, like, I guess it's a lightning longsword or a broadsword or maybe it's a short sword. I can't tell. It's one of the straight swords. He just comes in and starts spamming them, and it's not working out well for him. So he goes and switches over to a pyromancy club, and he throws his tiny little fireballs. Tiny little fireballs. Come on, who brings those into a PvP match? Should be using the Great Chaos Fireballs or something like that. Not the tiny little fire orb. I mean, come on. But, oh well. So, it started to slow down in that section of the forest, so I decided to start invading on the other half. So, the first guy I invade, well, he's not really there. So, I stand around, I'm waving at him, you know. Just like, okay, are you gonna do anything back? He doesn't, and we're just like, okay. So, go up to him, and me being smart thought that I should try and kick him while I'm using a bow. And then I tried to kick him while using the catalyst. Genius. I'm a genius, apparently. Oops. And by this point I was like, okay, whatever. So I'm just gonna go for headshots. One headshot. Two, oh, miss. That one's a miss. Two headshots. Three headshots. Four headshots. And one more. Off the edge he goes. Oh well. That's what you get for going away when you're in a PvP area and when you're human. So, I invaded another guy, and he has the Gravelord sword, and I learned something about this sword. It hurts. Not exactly what I learned, but what I learned about this sword is when it does its jumping attack has quite a wide reach around it. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it to go complete 180 around him. I don't know why I didn't. It goes a little past 180, actually. I don't know why I didn't expect that. I really should have, but I don't know. That was just me being stupid. So, I get him with Wrath of the Gods, knock him back. And, no big deal. He stun locks me, I get out of it. And then he goes, I give him my back, I'm really surprised he wasn't able to get the backstab on that. And he's so close to falling off that edge, I don't know how he didn't. But, oh well, I finish him off with Wrath of the Gods. A little bit spammy, but, oh well. Could've shot him with an arrow. Now this guy, I don't know what it was with this recording session, but I got another guy who is not paying attention to, well, it sounds bad out there. I got another guy who's not paying attention to his game. So I switch my stuff around so I can, actually kick him, and I learned something. Now, I don't know if it's like this because I'm wearing the leggings of thorns and the gauntlets of thorns, or if it's actually like this without them, but I'm doing damage while I'm kicking him, I suppose you could call it. But I didn't know that. So, new stuff. Gotta like learning new stuff. And I give him a nice little arrow right between the eyes to send him off the cliff. And we're back at it again. You gotta love dueling in here. You always meet some interesting builds. Well, not always, but more interesting than when you're on the other side. And I didn't really think at the time when I shot him. I didn't think that he was casting replenishment too. It just didn't occur to me, and I felt bad. But oh well. So flipping around. Well, he's flipping around. I'm fast rolling, and man, that fast roll, that flip. The flip covers so much more distance. He was able to flip behind me as I was fast rolling and get me with the backstab. And how lucky can you get? Well, I gotta say right there, I was a bit luckier, because I found out he has no poise, and my Armor of Thorns can stun him and keep him from casting a spell. So that's definitely a good way to take advantage of that. I had no intention of that even happening, but I'm not gonna complain. But yeah, it was the last fight. Good stuff. I got a little carried away playing with my thorns. Yeah, I got quite a bit carried away playing with it. I should have just ended it with a nice little Wrath of the Gods, but oh well. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed.